Next, we have another comment about watches, and this comes from Rittenhouse Gun Range. That seems inappropriate. The comment says, "Is that a Tudor watch? Buying mics and reviewing them must be lucrative." Couple of things up front. First, I switched to the broadcast preset. This is the final preset available on the RCP2. Secondly, this was left on the podcastage video that how I set up my microphones for reviews. I don't remember what I called it. And the reason I got this comment, apparently the watch was very prominent because there was a lot of overhead shots and moving microphones around caught people's attention. I got 2 comments about it from Rittenhouse Gun Range. Yeah, that's an inappropriate name, isn't it? Somebody's going to be upset that I even said that, but it's an inappropriate name, I think. I got a comment from him and then one from TGV, the Urban Gentry. How cool is that? I love the Urban Gentry. What a great channel. If you're into watches, go check him out. My favorite stuff that he does great reviews, but I really like the Watch Talk series that he does with Mark from Long Island Watches. Why did I pronounce that weird? And the third note that I want to say, just totally got sidetracked, is I have no idea if that's the tone that he left the comment with, but that's how I read it. Just this kind of condescending, oh, look at the rich YouTuber. I bet he's going to buy a Tesla and go give it away to friends for clickbait. That's how I read it. So to respond to this, I don't think this guy watches the show, but I just wanted to address this because I think this is an interesting topic. And yes, I wear a Tudor watch. Yes, it is a luxury item. Would I classify reviewing microphones as lucrative? No. But I would classify being a YouTuber as extremely lucrative. What do I mean by that? When you sign up for a YouTube account, you are essentially signing a contract with Google that guarantees you $1 million paycheck every single month. I don't know about you, maybe you earn a lot more than me, but to me, $1 million paycheck every single month is incredibly lucrative. Now you may be wondering, well, Bandrew, what the hell gives? You've been whining about not being able to afford the monthly payments on a home. If you earn $1 million a month from your Google YouTube contract, how the hell can you not afford a home? It's embarrassing, really. It's quite embarrassing for me. When I started to get those paychecks, I didn't do any proper budgeting, and I just thought, yacht. I need a yacht now. And what I didn't account for is the upkeep, paying the staff every single month. So every single month, that $1 million check from YouTube just goes right out the door. Goes right out the door because I got to have them repaint the yacht. It's 275 feet. There's a lot of people who work on it. Cooks. I don't know who they're even cooking for. I can't even afford to go to it, but I pay a lot for it. So the entire process of reviewing microphones? No, they're not very lucrative at all. I have had a couple of good months, but that is an anomaly. That is very rare. The real lucrative side of it is just being on YouTube. $1 million check, yeah. To quantify it, I will give you a solid number. I calculated this last month. Do you know how much I paid myself for every hour of work that I put into YouTube? I'll give you a second to think about it. Leave a comment. What did you think my answer was going to be? 50, 75, 25, 20, 15? $7.50. I paid myself $7.50 for every hour that I put into YouTube. That is worse than my first job. That may be what I earned at my first job back in 2003. That may actually be what I earned per hour at my first job. That's crazy. It is worse than what I earned after I graduated from college as a junior bank teller. I earned $11 an hour. That was hard to live on. $11 an hour back in, I don't want to say exactly the year, but that was difficult to live on. $7.50 an hour. Not a lot of money. So you may be asking yourself, well, Bandrew, if you only pay yourself $7.50 an hour, how could you afford to buy such an extravagant thing? How is that possible? The $1 million checks from YouTube. All joking aside, let me walk you through my life. A lot of you probably know this, but I want to walk through how I live my life, what my life consists of, because I want people to understand. It may seem extravagant, and I guess it is, but it's not as unattainable as you might think, because it comes down to living within your means and just not spending money. So, what do I do? A lot of people think that I'm a full-time YouTuber. Nope. If I was, I would be out on the street. I would be out on the street right now because, that revenue tanked over the last 2 years. I work 40 to 44 hours a week at a day job. I still have a day job. Still do it. Then I put another 20 to 40 hours a week into YouTube. So within a week, I am working 60 to 80 hours. That means I don't have much free time. But let me elaborate on this a bit more, because it's not just with how much I work. It's also with how I spend my money and what I spend my money on. I walked through a bunch of stuff. I wrote down notes on things that I think are, I don't want to say rare, but counter to what is expected in American culture now. So let me walk you through what I do or don't spend money on. First, I've been working remotely for 2.5 years now. That's a lot of gas money saved when you don't have to spend 20 to 30 bucks a week on gas. That's a pretty big money saved. Then my cell phone. Where did I put my cell phone? I lost my cell phone. I am still using a 2017 iPhone 10. I don't upgrade my cell phone every single year. I got excited about finding a new old stock Apple leather case for $14. Now I'm fine using this phone for another 4 or 5 years. Still functions great. I don't buy new computers every single year. I am still using a 2017 iMac. Could I benefit from an upgrade? Sure, but I don't. I don't spend money on that. I don't drink alcohol. That's a big one for me. Before I stopped drinking, when you're drunk, you get frivolous with your spending. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do drugs. I don't go out to fancy dinners. I don't go to Starbucks. I brew a pot of coffee, 4 cups every single morning. And for a pound of coffee, it's $9.99, $8.99, I think, $9 to $10. And that'll last 2 weeks, maybe 1.5, 2 weeks. So significantly more affordable than Starbucks. I also don't have a wife and kids and family to support financially. So those are all things that allow me to spend a lot less money than other people, because talk to most people, they're looking to buy the new phone. They're looking to buy the new computer. They go to Starbucks every morning. They will go out to expensive fancy dinners. They will spend their money on a lot of stuff. And I'm not talking down to people who do that. If that's how you want to spend your money, more power to you. Because life is difficult as heck, and finding the things that bring you joy is what's important. So do not think of this as me saying, oh, you spent your money on that? What an idiot. Because I know people look at me and say, you spent your money on that? You're an idiot. And that's fine. That's fine. But I am explaining how I approach money coming in and money going out. But anyway, through all of that action, or in many cases inaction, that has afforded me a way to spend less than I earn. And I have been doing that for 7 years at this point. since 2015. And I actually quit drinking January 2nd, 2015, coming up on 10 years. And how long? 3 more years? So I guess not coming up. It's gotten a lot easier, by the way. It was really difficult initially. But once you get past the 3-4 year, it gets a lot easier. So if you're thinking about it and you want to, I support you in doing it. Probably the best decision I ever made. I am a lot more socially uncomfortable and awkward now, but I'm healthier. Well, I think I'm healthier. I have more money because I'm not getting drunk all the time and spending money on nonsense. One of the best decisions I ever made. So over 7 years, living this, I won't go so far as to say monastic life, but a very restrained life. I still appreciate or enjoy creature comforts. I have a nice watch. I will wear cologne on occasion. I spend $10 on a pound of coffee. Is that inexpensive? I don't buy Folgers. I'll put it that way. I don't buy Folgers. I'll spend $10 on a pound of coffee. That seems a bit extravagant to me, but I'll do that. It's a creature comfort. So I don't live a monastic life, but I live a restrained life within my means. And that's how I afforded to buy something like this. And I don't go out and buy stuff like this every single day. I'm not just saying, oh, let's go buy a Rolex Submariner. Let's go buy a Porsche 911. No. I got this because this was to commemorate 6 years of work at the time. 2015 to 2021. 6 years of work at that time. Because Podcastage hit 250,000 subscribers. So in order to celebrate that and mark that massive accomplishment, you may think it doesn't matter. To me, it mattered a lot. And I wanted to get something that I could wear for the rest of my life to commemorate that. And now whenever I look down, I think of all the hard work that I put into that. To me, that's money well spent. To many people, they'll look at this and say, that's stupid. That's stupid. But I worked my butt off for 6 years, for 7 years at this point, 7 years, 3 months or so. I think it's worth every penny. I enjoy the heck out of it. It brings me joy. That's what life's all about. So there you go. In reality, is reviewing microphones lucrative? No, it's not. The IRS wants their money. And they're going to get it. They get their money and they leave you little crumbs. And if you plan and live within your means, you can save up money and then you have a little bit tucked away in a savings account over there for special occasions where if you want to celebrate, you can.